Welcome back to the Anti-Ranker Podcast, everybody. The show where we debate, defecate, and deliberate. Nope, that's the wrong order. All over your favorite anime. Should we restart? No, we're not restarting.
First take, baby.
Today we will be doing another edition 10, I think, of our Anime of the Year awards. Today we will be doing most mid, to find the most mid anime of 2020. Now, describe mid for me, Knocker, and I feel like you can do a good description of it.
Okay, most mid is like the most forgettable. It's like not bad enough to be bad, but not good enough to be like good. Yeah, it's like
mid.
So mid, yep. Wow. Right in the middle.
Thank you for elaborating.
I mean, I don't know what type of description y'all wanted me to say.
No, that was fine. That was
short
fine.
for middling.
My name is Stefan. You've already heard from Knockerin. I'm also joined today by Tim.
What's good? It's your boy.
And Omar.
Yo, thank you for having me again.
Yes, anytime. And we will be ranking this to find our number one most mid show. And two runner-up mid shows to get this down to a list of our three winners, quote-unquote winners. But yeah, I think we can just get into the list. Does anyone want to read the list this time? I feel like I always read it.
You've been doing a great job.
No, Tim, you already read it.
I think
Omar,
I like reading.
It's your time, Omar. It's your time.
Don't worry,
Omar.
I got it.
I got it.
All right,
we'll start right from the top. Well, I'm not gonna say anything about the nominations on this list. Let's just read what's on the list.
Nothing about the nominations.
All right, so starting alphabetical order, we got Black Clover, Bofuri, I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Then Darwin's Game, Dragon Quest, The Adventure of Dai, Food Wars, The Fifth Plate, Gleipnir, Higurashi, When They Cry, Go, ID Invaded, Inspector, Isekai Quartet 2, Jujutsu Kaisen, Monster Girl Doctor, My Hero Academia 4th season, second half, Noblesse, I'm Standing on a Million Lives, The Irregular at Magic High School, second season, Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, and then Yashahime, Princess Half Demon.
That is the list. So now we can start cutting.
Why is My Hero on this list?
Well, yeah, before we offend more people, can we get rid of just My Hero and Jujutsu Kaisen?
Why is Jujutsu Kaisen on this list?
Yeah, neither of those should be on this list.
Stefan.
Hey, that second half of My Hero was probably some of my least favorite My Heroes.
But didn't you like Gentle Criminal so much?
I like that one character. But
come on, remember when Deku was fighting Gentle Criminal in that stupid like metal bar thing? And I know it was kind of cool, like Gentle Criminal like bouncing up the bar. But I was like, that was so lame.
The elastic bar.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so you wanted to stay here?
No,
you wanted to leave?
No, but my whole point is that My Hero is like really good. It's not. It wasn't that good compared to other seasons.
Subpar My Hero stands out because it's still so
My
good generally.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, comparing it,
but it's still My Hero, so it probably doesn't belong in most mid. I don't know.
Probably it shouldn't have been on it.
It doesn't belong.
This is why I didn't want to say nothing about these nominations.
Now,
right
Jujutsu
Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen should not be on this list either.
Stefan.
Let's not be crazy now.
It's just let's listen real quick. It's just a really well done shonen. Like we've seen.
Yeah, but
it's a really good.
It's not
really
doing
well
anything
done,
super. Yeah, but it's just
really good, and most mid does not really fit in the same like bubble, Stefan.
They don't go together.
I think all shonen can be pretty mid from time to time. But I don't know. It didn't have any like standout moments this year.
What?
Like what's the moment?
When Gojo
when they're both piecing up the guy.
No, when he's getting that was
Go.
Thank you, Stefan. Thank you for
that moment was kind of hot. I was like, oh,
yeah, he was getting bodied.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't belong here. You're right. I just
that weird CG blood was a thing though, but we don't need to talk about that right now.
Yeah. And his weird CG face. His face was weird.
His face was when he was getting when Yuji was bashing his head in with his head. I was like, oh my goodness.
Can we get rid of Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai.
You're the only one who has seen it.
Okay, so my whole thing with this show is that it's not gonna lie, it's pretty mid. But the thing is about this show is that it's actually better than my expectation. Like, it does a very stereotypical like kid adventure, but it does it in a very well. Does it really well. So just because of that, and I have a good experience watching this show. I feel like compared to some other shows in here, in which I think the top 3 and all of us wouldn't have really enjoyed the show, we can just get rid of it just from that aspect alone.
I'm fine with that. Honestly.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see.
I don't think Higurashi should be on mid.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
I think so.
I think, if anything, well, okay. Well, maybe I'll save that for later. Yeah, I don't think it should be mid though. I don't think it's a middling show. Like, I definitely don't think it's as good as the original, but I wouldn't say it's middling.
As someone who hasn't seen the original, this show was pretty mid.
No,
I 13 episodes.
No, I feel like more it is a little confusing. That's also true, but I feel like
it's like the most like subpar psychological horror. Like, I don't even have much to say about it.
Well, no, because that's the thing.
Well, I have such middling opinions on this.
The thing I was gonna say is I might have it in more so of like contention for most disappointing. For me,
I mean, I wouldn't put it most disappointing because I just don't know if people.
Oh well, I mean, for me,
haven't watched the original.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I would probably have it in most disappointing.
I feel like if you haven't watched the original, the expectations aren't that high.
Yeah, but the only thing is, like, I don't think it's middling because, like,
is the show
if you're watching it, like when I was watching it, I was seeing the stuff that was happening, like, and once again, I'm taking it from the perspective of somebody that's already watched the original one, but I was just watching it, I'm like, I don't understand though. Like why are they doing it like this? Why did they determine to take this approach with it? So it's just like it was staying in my head. So that's why I'm like, if it was middling, then I would just put it out of my mind. I'm like, okay, that was a thing that happened, and then just push it out of my head.
That's what it felt like for me most of the time when I was watching it. As someone who hasn't watched the original, I was just like, okay, the episodes would end, and I'd be like, well, why? What do we even do all that for? Like,
see, but I think because you asked the question why. That's why you don't want to put it in mid, because if it was truly mid and you truly didn't care, then you wouldn't even ask that question. You would just be like, all right, well, that happened, and then just move on with your life. But just because you had even if it was just a split second where you asked yourself why, I feel like that's why it should be on here.
Mm-hmm. All right, I mean, okay.
Just because, like, I feel like when it comes to most mid, it's got to be just like a show that as soon as you're done watching the episode, you probably forgot what happened in that episode you just watched.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Okay.
And there's definitely shows on here that more exemplify that than.
I honestly don't think Noblesse belongs on this list, as surprising as that.
I think my whole
I don't think that's that surprising.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't. I like Noblesse a little bit more than I thought I would like it. So maybe just because it has slightly superseded my expectations, I don't think it belongs in most.
Go ahead. I just feel like
the action scenes actually look pretty good. Like, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, y'all are the only ones who could talk about that. Cause I don't think either me or Omar watched it.
Can we get rid of Black Clover? Can we get rid of Black Clover? Because
I don't know.
See, I feel like the Black Clover slander has gone too far. And I
feel like you got rid of it first.
Yeah, you did all the slander in the last one.
You were literally you got rid of it first.
My whole thing with Black Clover in most mid is I just feel like when Black Clover wants to be good, it's pretty good. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but this year specifically.
See, like, this year it was pretty disappointing.
I mean,
but like, I wouldn't say
the beginning of the year started off pretty good, right? We had the end of the demon elf arc, which was good.
Yeah.
But then after that,
see, that's more disappointing than it is mid, because it had a high expectation and then it dropped down to something bad. But I wouldn't call it like whatever trash.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of episodes that I was just like,
That is true. Those filler
literally
arcs
could
were
not.
brutal.
I could not watch the sub. I had to wait for the dub so I could not pay attention to the episodes all the way because they were so middling.
you just fall
They
asleep
were
reading
so
them?
middling.
You know
What's
what?
that?
Because you would just fall asleep reading the subtitles.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, literally.
Okay, fine. We can keep it on there for now. But I really do want to get rid of Princess Half Demon.
Let's get rid of Food Wars.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Food Wars is fine.
Yeah,
it was a fine watch. If anything, maybe it belongs in disappointing because I have really high expectations for Food Wars, but I don't think mid is what I would use to describe that last season.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. There was some good plot twists too, and there was some scenes where
There
you
were.
really, really wanted to see. For example, like Soma and Aldini
Asahi?
and like
Aldini,
Asami.
yep.
Yeah,
And there were some characters had some good moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, most mid. Yeah, I don't think it belongs.
Also, can we get rid
I
of?
don't think. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say Isekai Quartet 2 doesn't belong on this list too because I actually kind of enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this season 2.
I think season 2 was worse than season 1.
Yeah, but not that much, and it was very, very fun to see.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I didn't particularly like season 1 either.
I really like.
Ooh.
I really like Isekai Quartet. Like, I really, really like this show. So I don't want to.
I mean, yeah, I guess most mids probably not where it belongs. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would win anyway, or like be in the top 3, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think so. So Monster Girl Doctor's a weird one because I only saw like 3 episodes, but I don't know if that goes to show how mid it is for him. Because it's kind of bad. It's kind of a bad show.
Yeah, I've never seen the show.
Yeah.
I only watched it because it said Monster Musume, and I was like, Monster Musume, but that's not.
Yeah,
It's,
but
it
you
was
just gotta
not
look at the
related to
art to
my
know
Monster
that
Musume
it's
at
not
all.
the same.
I don't. I honestly, I just don't want to award this show with anything.
Oh my
I want to get rid of
God.
it just.
Yeah, like that's what I, from here you talk about it, like outside of recording because you've mentioned it before. I would think you would think it's just a bad show and not.
Yeah. That's where I'm. Like honestly, I can watch a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit on this list that I watched, but I could not watch Monster Girl Doctor, and that goes to say something.
Yeah, that says more. That speaks in volumes right there.
Yeah.
So
It's funny. This list is funny though to get rid of shows that are good and also shows that are bad. So it's like just because
This
it got
show's too
removed,
good.
yeah, just
This
because it
show's
got
too
removed
shit.
off of this list doesn't mean it's good. It could mean that it's just so bad that we need to get rid of it, which is hilarious.
Okay, I can say the only other show that I could not watch for the life of me. I don't think it's a bad show necessarily, but I could not watch Inspector. I don't know why.
I think
Maybe it's
I-
just
nah,
really
I
mid.
feel like it should
bruh.
stay
Me
on here because
too.
I feel like it was just
Painful.
It is me because it's just so it's boring for a lot of it.
Yes.
Like there's just not a whole lot. I mean, they just talk. They talk so much, and it's weird because like, especially me, like one of my favorite series being like Monogatari series, which has a lot of dialogue as well.
Yeah.
But like this show, for whatever reason, like when they're talking, it didn't really hold my interest a lot of the times. Like I would be like watching scenes. It'd be like, somewhat late. I'll be laying in bed and I'll be watching scenes, and then I'd wake up at the end of the episode. I'm like, oh crap, I fell asleep halfway through that episode. Now I gotta go back and watch it.
Okay, so maybe it does hang
See,
around.
Yeah, I
That
think
and-
I think it might need to hang around.
This
honestly.
category is weird.
It is weird. It's
Does
so weird.
Gleipnir stay or does Gleipnir go?
No, Gleipnir. I think Gleipnir, Darwin's
Gleipnir
Game,
goes,
and Inspector.
right?
I think
I think Gleipnir goes.
You think it's
like,
worse?
because it's worse or good.
I mean, it's like
It's so.
it's fine.
I
it's
liked it
good.
enough. I liked it
Yeah,
enough
it's
to not say
good.
it's
Okay,
mid.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, then I think
like,
it can go.
I was never falling asleep watching Gleipnir.
Yeah,
I was just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
rolling
Yeah,
my
I think
eyes
that shows the
watching
sign of a
Gleipnir.
mid show if you're falling asleep while watching it.
Is it?
If
Is
you're
it,
not, then maybe not. Maybe it's not.
is it bad? I know the Darwin's Game and Inspector are like completely 2 different shows, right? But
They hold a very similar spot in my
yeah,
brain.
sometimes I
I'm pretty
confuse the
sure they
2,
came out
dog.
didn't they come out the same season as well?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
will
did.
confuse
they
the
might
At the end
show.
of the year.
They did.
I will confuse the shows so much, bro. So I'm like, oh, am I watching Inspector? No,
Well,
that's Darwin's
They're
Game.
very different.
They are, but just like the way that it presents itself, it's just so similar. Remember, Stefan, do you remember when we watched it and then like the first thing like me and one of our
He
boys
tries to be so edgy.
could talk about? Yeah, it's like it's fake edgy. I don't feel ever where I'm like, oh my god, this is gruesome. This is dark. I just
I
think
wouldn't
it's
even.
corny.
I wouldn't even say necessarily fake. I would just be saying like it's trying too hard.
Yeah,
It's trying too hard to be edgy.
like
I think
I don't know
honestly,
if that means that
I
it
feel
should
like-
stay or go. Though.
I think it should stay. Dog.
every show on this list would probably put me to sleep at certain times. So I feel like we're making a good list here.
Okay, hold up.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yes. Can we get rid of
But-
Princess Half Demon? Because I feel like I didn't personally enjoy it, and I thought it was really boring. But if I look at like the animation quality and the pacing and what was going on, I can't really.
Animation quality. That show looks like it was made 10 years ago.
It was fine.
Omar literally
was
thought it
fine.
was.
Omar literally thought this show was old.
I think it's fine for what it is. I wouldn't say it's like mid. I think it's like a little. It scrapes above mid in my opinion.
Scrapes
All right.
above.
If you want to cut it, then you're the only one that sees
Yeah,
it,
we
so
can
I
get
think
rid
that's
of it. We can get rid of it.
I'm the only one who's seen Uzaki-chan, and I've got some middling feelings on it.
Well,
Cause
seems like it might need to stay then for now.
I mean, there's 3 other shows I think are more mid. Actually, you know what? Now that I say that,
I don't know.
is Standing on a Million Lives bad or mid?
It's mid, and
I feel like it's just bad. Honestly.
no. I
It's boring.
No, it's so mid. Like, okay, it's so like in terms of isekais and all the isekais that we have, it's such a run in the middle. Like, it tries to do all the tropes, but like does bad at every single aspect of them. You know,
I feel like, excuse me. I feel like even how it looks is almost kind of is mid.
But-
Like, even the looks are mid.
yeah, like, everything about it just so
Everything about it is.
You got this edgy main character, but he's not really edgy. But he's kind of like cool with everybody, you know. Like he's misunderstood by society.
Okay.
He got that.
How about we
Kirito
could
hair.
ID invaded?
Yeah, you can cut ID invaded. I feel like
guess.
you didn't like it, and I can see the shortcomings of the show.
It goes for a lot, and it doesn't get there at all. But it wasn't boring.
It wasn't
Was it
boring.
boring?
Stephanie, I remember when we watched it, you were just like,
It was just confusing.
yeah. We had to rewatch like the last 3 episodes like 2 times because
Yeah, we shouldn't have wasted our time. There was nothing there. We can cut ID invaded.
things were happening, dog.
You
Like,
wanted to give it a chance.
like no, like there'll be scenes where like you're going to like
There's an
the
Giant babies in pools of blood. I'm like, what is
there's
this
like
show? What is
masks
going on
in some
right
weird
now?
dimension. You've got suits puzzles in the middle of the desert. You've got like holes in people's brains. Like this show was going places. It was just a little messy in my opinion. But I thought
It never got there. It never got.
I don't know.
That was my problem with it. Most of it's
Yeah.
not where it belongs.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna read the list as it stands. We have Black Clover, Before I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Darwin's Game, Inspector, Standing on a Million Lives, The Irregular at Magic High School Visitor Arc, and Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out.
Why isn't
We
Baki
have
on
to get this
list?
down to 3.
Because it doesn't. No, we're not putting Baki on this list.
Oh, we bullied him enough about Baki.
This
Leave it
list
alone.
is. This list is
Okay.
I don't have any strong feelings.
Wait,
That's because
who's
it's the
seen
most
Before?
mid
Yeah,
list.
Who's seen
Exactly.
Before?
Me, Stephanie, and I think they did some
Before
good-
is so
No,
mid.
I like it. I like it. No,
Before
no,
might
no,
be
no,
the winner here, dog.
Nah.
Before is
No.
so
The thing,
I haven't seen it.
no, the thing with Before is that it's a very stereotypical like isekai, but it's like about
Yeah,
cute
sounds like
girls.
it.
Yeah, it's like this girl like he wants to be
It's
part of
so
a guild.
boring.
It's no, I
Oh
like
my
it. I
gosh.
liked it. I
The
really liked
characters
it.
are
dog.
so I can't even tell you the
Nah.
characters' personalities.
I liked
This
it.
show
Okay,
is
okay,
so
I liked it.
boring.
I think,
liked it.
You like it?
I liked the show. I like it. It's
I
like
only watch it because you said you liked it. It was one of the worst. I liked it less than Darwin's Game.
Nah.
Less than Standing on a Million
Darwin's
Lives.
Game
no. Before is
not
not
that
that
bad.
bad.
Darwin's Game
No,
was
it's not
I really
bad.
don't like Bufuri, dog.
No.
Bufuri is really bad,
No,
in my opinion.
the thing with Bufuri is it's a very like chill show. Like you watch it just to like chill, relax. I think
Like, and the thing about Bufuri is it
Isn't that
doesn't
mid?
look particularly bad. Like, it looks fine.
Yeah?
It has some good animation when it wants to.
Yeah?
But, like, it's well produced.
Yeah?
But it's still just so bad.
I liked it. I liked it. It was
maybe
fine.
maybe it should be removed on an account that it's too bad.
I liked it.
I don't know, man.
I liked the
I
show.
feel like it having good animation and like potential, and the fact that Nokrin likes it for some reason
It's chill.
that
It's
is
chill.
makes me think it's
No,
mid.
legitimately. If you watch it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this isn't that bad." Like out of all
No,
these,
if you watch it, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I'm falling asleep.
No,
I've seen
no.
this a million times."
it's
Okay,
chill.
okay,
It's
okay.
fine. It's fine.
Since y'all don't really agree on that one, I wanted to nominate to get rid of a regular Magic High School.
That's what I was thinking.
okay.
That's what I was
Because
thinking.
I mean,
Tell
Well,
me about it.
Knockman, you watched like a little bit of it, right?
Yeah, my whole
Okay.
thing. Yeah, my whole thing with a regular Magic High School is I feel like it's exactly what I thought it was gonna be like, and therefore my expectation wasn't met. But I think as a show in general, it wasn't boring. It wasn't that boring. and
Yeah,
it did
see
make me
that
fall asleep.
yeah, that's the thing I was gonna say. I like the show has enough moments in it that are like interesting. Like anytime there's like a fight, usually I'm interested in what's going on. The real kicker is like anytime they're talking about like how the magic works or any of that stuff, then I'm just like, I'm so lost. I'm like, I don't understand, and I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm just sitting here just reading words that don't make any sense to me. But then as soon as they're like, oh, they start dealing with like some like relationship stuff or like they start fighting or anything, I'm like, okay, I can kind of get behind this a little bit. But
So it's too good to be
yeah, I think
mid.
it's a little. I wouldn't use the words too good, but I think
scraping the top.
it's good enough to not be mid. I think
right.
though.
I think Black Clover should also go for similar reasons. I think Black
Yeah.
Clover doesn't belong.
I think
to
that's
the city.
I think that makes sense.
Oh man. Okay.
So we have Bafuri, Darwin's Game, Inspector, Standing on a Million Lives, and Uzaki Wants to Hang Out.
So we gotta get rid of 2 of them then.
I have no opinions on Uzaki because I haven't seen it, but
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I kind of think
Uzaki-
Standing on a Million Lives is just bad.
Nah, but
Honestly.
I really
think it's
don't know,
just
man.
bad.
Okay, so the thing is, I'm gonna watch another season of Standing on a Million Lives. I'm
Yeah,
not watching
see?
another season of Bafuri. I'm not watching another season of Bafuri.
I'm watching this season of Furry.
Yeah,
I will
but-
not
but-
watch a season of Standing on a Million Lives.
See, but that's the thing about Standing on a Million Lives. The fact that you would have watched another season of it, like, I don't know, like, you're watching it because of the train wreck of how bad it is, though, right?
Yeah, that might be true. Also,
Yeah, because like with a mid show, you're not gonna want to watch another season because it's so mid.
But if it's so bad that I get some enjoyment out of it,
then I feel like it shouldn't be on this list. If it's so bad that you're like, okay, like
Yeah,
almost
you
in
know what?
like a
Yeah.
masochistic way of I'm just
Yeah,
gonna watch
okay.
this again. I think it.
I might be okay with that actually.
Yeah.
I might be okay with letting Standing on a Million Lives go.
I
In that case, you've convinced me.
As
Okay.
for Bafuri, I think Nokrin's argument is trying to say it's too good in a sense.
It's not.
It is.
It's
No,
not
no,
even
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
really
saying. So
not.
that's
But yeah,
that's a
what
reason
he's
to
saying.
get it out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And that-
saying.
Oh,
But he's
really?
wrong.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
No.
Nokrin wants it to be gone.
yeah, Stefan wants it to
Stefan's
stay.
the one who
I
wants
want
it
it
to
to
stay. 'Cause
stay.
he thinks
No,
it's
my-
mid.
Oh wait.
I
Oh,
thought this
okay.
was winning.
No,
coming
I
in.
thought
No,
Nokrin wanted to stay. I thought Stefan was saying it was so bad it had to leave.
No.
Well,
It's
no,
mid.
Stefan
It's
is
so
saying that
mid.
it's really bad though. Like
But that
Stefan's
doesn't
saying
make
that it's
sense.
really
I'm saying
bad.
it's boring. Boring and mid are kind of synonymous.
I
So,
didn't
well, yeah,
find
I know,
it
but you were
boring.
saying that you liked it less than like Standing on a Million
yeah.
Lives. That is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
even worse?
it's so boring that I'm not gonna watch another season.
Seven,
No,
okay,
not-
I got
it's
you.
not worse.
Okay, I
I'm
got
just
you.
not-
I got you.
I
No,
mean,
understand what you're
Darwin's Game. I'd watch the season too.
Yeah, I would watch
Yeah.
season 2 of
No.
all of these, other than before.
So no, my whole thing is that like Stefan, you can't say it has good production and you like the show.
Like,
and then
there's money put
listen,
into it.
No, but listen,
I'm saying
yeah.
there's money put into this.
No,
show,
but like
and
for
it's
the,
still mid.
no, to me, I enjoyed the show really, not like amazingly, but I thought it was a show that would stand by itself.
This
And-
show is like the definition of a 5.56.
No, that's Standing on a Million Lives. Standing in a
Darwin's
Million
Game,
Lives.
in my head, Darwin's Game is like a 7.
No, I could.
Darwin's Game is like
I can watch
Pretty
maybe like
decent though.
maybe
Yes.
like a 6.5
I can,
actually.
I can watch a season of Bufuri. I could not watch a season of Inspector or Darwin's Game. I could
Really?
not for the life of
Darwin's
me.
Game
No.
got some.
Nah,
Darwin's Game
no,
is
but-
like mildly interesting. It has
Yeah,
some.
No,
I would,
no,
I
no,
would
listen,
say, I would say that too.
okay.
I was almost gonna say maybe we should get rid of Darwin's Game.
Nah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel like I
maybe
feel like
agree
it
with
might
that,
be
honestly.
interesting
Nah.
enough. Like it does.
Yeah,
It might
yeah.
do enough to not be on most mid.
I mean, the MC
My-
transformed by the end. Like, I can.
Well, let's calm down a little bit there. I don't know about transform.
Look, see, like
Something happens to him.
yeah.
my whole
Basically.
thing with Bufuri is let me tell you the concept of the show, right? So that you can tell, I can show you the appeal.
I mean,
of
I'm
the
pretty
concept
sure I
of the
get the
show is
concept
in the
concept
title.
by the title. Yeah.
No, okay, no, but that's like the gag of the show. But the whole point of the show is that the girl's just trying to get stronger, right? So that, like just how like you watch like your NPC or
Is
your
she?
video game. Yeah, she is getting
don't-
stronger.
I
No,
feel like she just happens to get stronger. I don't think she ever seeks it out.
No,
It's
she
just
does.
like
No,
things
no,
just-
that's literally. What? Did you watch the show, dog? No, literally go.
Unfortunately, I did.
They literally go to whenever she gets a power up, she goes to a location, she does the quest, she gets the ability. And the thing about the show is that like every like floor there's a big boss or there's like a competition that they have to do. So they prep for the competition, they find the abilities, and they do the thing. Right? That's essentially the part of the show. Like it's just
Not gonna lie,
them
it
having
sounds
Bro,
pretty
this show
mid,
is so mid, dog. This
Not
show
gonna
is
lie,
so
that
mid.
sounds pretty
Yeah,
mid to me.
It
Yeah,
does
but
sound
no,
mid.
but, like,
The concept
just
is
like-
just mid.
Nah,
Yeah,
but
the
just like
concept itself definitely sounds mid.
but it's just like
sounds
Uzaki
like
Uzaki
your
is also. We haven't talked much about
it's-
Uzaki. Uzaki's like a very like bare bones like romantic comedy kind of thing.
Nah,
I
but
don't-
like okay,
I think Uzaki also belongs because it just doesn't do.
my
anything
whole thing
particularly.
is that I find it kind of entertaining, like how they get their abilities and how they try and beat the other
Yeah,
guild
no,
members. And
yeah,
how,
that's not. It wasn't
like,
entertaining in the slightest.
I enjoyed it. Okay, I enjoyed it, but just the fact that Tim and Omar haven't seen the show and we are in conflict of it being most mid. By definition, it should not be on this list. It doesn't
no,
make
no,
sense.
because
That's
I'm
not
saying
how that
it
works.
definitely
That is-
belongs.
yes.
No,
I
I mean,
don't
from
think- I
what
really
I've heard,
don't
it
think-
definitely sounds mid. It
I mean,
sounds
yeah,
like
the
it
way
is-
you
it is
described
mid.
it makes
Like,
it sound
I'm
mid.
From
sure-
both of you guys.
I think we let Darwin's
Nah.
game. I think Darwin's game has a glimmer of potential.
It
Yeah,
just-
I think
no,
we let
I-
Darwin's
yeah,
game-
I-
yeah,
don't-
I
I would
agree.
say the
No.
same thing.
If there was a season 2, I'd watch it.
No,
I don't know about Inspector.
Yeah, me
I, don't,
too.
I mean, I never.
No,
finished
to
it,
me,
but-
to
Yeah,
me,
I
Inspector is
want-
number
I will
one
say,
for
I
me.
wanted
like,
to like
Inspector is
The only
number
reason
one.
why I want Inspector to stay is because I feel like it was mid that like I didn't want to get to the last couple episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like episode
No.
8 out of 12, and I was like, I'm just bored, man.
Yes,
at this point.
Inspector
like,
is
even though it was
definitely
getting to
on
like
this
a
list, dog.
climactic part, I was like, I wasn't feeling it. I was just
You know,
like,
in all
man,
honesty,
I can't stay interested.
I don't remember most of Inspector, and I watched the whole thing. I just, for the life of
Did
me,
you
I.
All right, so Inspector stays.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
Darwin's
stays
game
also.
should go.
See,
I think
no,
Inspector
no,
and
I think
Uzaki
Darwin's
probably
game
should
should
No,
go.
the reason why
I think we're all.
No,
I think
no,
everyone
no,
except
no.
for Knockern is
Hear
agreeing
me,
that Darwin's
hear
game.
me
Yeah, I
out.
think
The
so.
reason why I think the Darwin's game should stay is that the thing that makes Darwin's game interesting is the concept of the game and stuff in the game,
Yeah.
right?
But
Yeah.
before he does not have that.
No, listen, but every single time they try and do something with this game, it's always so bad and boring and mid. And the plot twists that they
It is very
make
mid. I mean,
aren't
it is
even.
very
There's some suspenseful
In execution.
moments and-
Yeah, but it always
You
just the
didn't know
point
it was gonna
has
and
its
nothing.
it has its
I didn't know
moments.
what his power
Does it
was
really have its
exactly,
moments though?
and-
Did it really?
Knocker,
have
you are
its
really
moments,
favorite
though?
before he
Yeah, like-
and I think you are
No, because
wrong.
no, my whole point. Thing
Like
is,
in even in the beginning, like when you're just getting used to it, and he's getting chased by that one dude. I was just
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm into it a little bit. I'm into
No.
it. And
No,
now
there's
some, like,
throughout the
mind
show, there were
games and
definitely
stuff.
there was
Yeah,
definitely
the
moments
mind
that I was like,
games,
all right,
mind
well,
games,
maybe try again next time. But
Nah, this show was no Darwin's game. My whole thing is that like, if you watch the first episode before it, and you're gonna be like, oh wow, this is actually not that bad. This really is not that bad. It's actually pretty good.
Like, you'll be like, oh, this is exactly
Though-
what I expected this
yeah,
first
I'm,
episode.
probably,
Yes,
I'm,
no,
pretty I'm
yeah,
leaning
I'm-
towards more. I think I
Nah.
agree with Steph.
Y'all
Yeah,
haven't
I
even
agree with
seen
Stefan.
the show. Stefan just has more passion than I do for this, which
No,
is why
I
it's
just
winning.
no. I'm going.
You have
I-
more passion.
We're going based off what you're saying makes it sound boring.
Yeah,
based off
yeah.
of you
Oh.
itself, not even based off of him. Based off of you, it sounds boring.
I don't know. I'm just.
It's sober.
It's not like
It's sober.
It's literally just like it's an isekai, but it's a very like chill, like laid back type. Game. I don't know what type. Like
Who
I-
wants that?
dude.
Who is asking
okay,
for that?
okay.
Dude, you're-
like,
you
oh,
are just-
You're not
Isn't that
helping your
mid?
argument.
You
Nah,
really aren't helping.
But
the
it's like
argument
it's
here.
done. But okay, it's done. To me, this show surprised me because I thought it was going to be a
What?
lot worse than it was going to be. Why you haven't seen the show? God dang! No,
What
my-
else surprised
but, like,
you?
I'm literally going off what you're telling me.
Yeah,
Knocker.
you're doing an awful job of describing it. If it's
No,
actually
my
good.
my whole thing is that like
No, you're doing a good job as describing it as the
mid,
most mid
yeah.
show.
Nah,
of
it's really
2020.
not a mid, dog. Like this, like Stefan literally said, it has production. The quality is good. The fight scenes are not as bad as you think they were going to be.
Yeah, they're
In
fine.
comparison to all these shows, the fight scenes are good. The music is decent. The pacing is like as good as it's
I
going
couldn't
to
tell
be.
you anything about the music. I don't know
The-
where you're
this
getting that.
music is fine. What? Listen, Stefan, you don't listen to any music. I literally told you about the Attack on Titan soundtrack on like episode 3, and you were like, "What? soundtrack? What soundtrack?
Going for personal attacks. He's clearly lost this argument.
No. But my whole point is that like I just feel like this show out of all 4 of these is the best one. I will say it downright right here, right now.
This is the first time
it is
I've heard
actually
of
probably
this.
the worst of these 4 shows, as a matter of fact.
The show is good. Like it's
because
good.
It's so boring.
It's not even boring,
so boring.
dog. It's not boring, dog. It's like the way that they get the abilities and the way they try and strategize against the enemy and the way they do all this stuff is interesting to me.
There is no strategizing
Yes,
against the enemy.
Yes,
I
they
vote to
do.
get Darwin's
Stefan,
game
they
out
have-
of here, and
Stefan-
I will begin before he just
they
so
had
I
a
can tell
whole
Nocturne
Stefan,
that he was wrong.
even the tournament arc when the whole point of the tournament arc they had a
Oh,
whole
with, like,
strategy with other guilds. Yeah, you know what? They had,
Bro, that shit is ass. Let's get Darwin's game
get
out
outta
of here and leave
Yeah,
before
I think we need to just do that.
y'all are so wrong. You know what? Watch the first couple episodes and then tell me that I'm right.
All right.
What is winning here?
Honestly,
I
Before
think
he
no.
sounds pretty mid.
No,
think
yo, you
Before
can't have the show that you have not seen as most mid if you haven't seen the damn show. Don't
I've
get
seen
carried away, dog.
I've seen
Don't get
Inspector
carried
None of us
away.
have seen
Episode
Uzaki either.
5. I've only watched one episode of Uzaki.
I would-
It was based
I
on
mean-
what
Oh my
expected.
goodness.
Personally, I would have voted for Inspector, but
I would also vote for Inspector too because I can't watch that show.
I mean, but that's
anymore.
just based off the fact that I've seen it.
I think just because
Yeah.
the Bafuri thing has been done so many times before.
No, we're talking
How many
about the
times?
show
That is true. That is true.
itself.
Yeah.
We're talking about the show itself, not
when
how
when you're fighting
oversaturated
in
the
a
genre is.
in a
Like,
genre
there's
that is
nothing
so
unique about it.
yeah, when you're fighting in a
So
genre that's
saturated.
so oversaturated,
Yeah.
yes, exactly, oversaturated with the sheer number of isekai stuff that comes out, it's really easy to get into mid. Like when there's that many of them, it's really easy to be
but
mid.
then
Like,
no, for the reason
Each of these other 2 shows like kind of have their like niche, you know. Like Uzaki is like, oh, okay,
no, we
she
can't
teases him,
use that
whatever.
argument because for that same argument, that was the same reason to why Jujutsu Kaisen was on here. Oh, there's so many. Stefan made the point. Of,
Yeah,
oh,
but
there's
Jujutsu
so
Kaisen
many
is well done.
shonen
It is a
on
well
here.
done. Jujutsu Kaisen is well done it before.
No,
he
but like
is,
no,
so.
but like I'm saying that like you can't use the point of saying that because this
So you're
genre
really
has
about to
many shows.
compare the quality of Jujutsu Kaisen to the
No, I'm not comparing the quality. I'm talking about
Not the same
fact.
level. It's not
No,
the same level.
my point I'm saying is you can't use and you can't say that just because this show is oversaturated with the same genre that it's in most media. You cannot use that argument. That is because we
I'm
have
saying-
to have
I'm
other
saying that
shows
it's-
like
it's
Jujutsu
not
Kaisen
unique.
and Black Clover in the same. You said you made the whole argument about how
Yeah,
Jujutsu
but those
Kaisen
shows have really
isn't-
good moments.
Stefan,
Those
you,
shows
Stefan,
are well
you,
made.
Stefan, you made the point to say that Jujutsu Kaisen should be on this list because you said that Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't do anything unique. And the first thing we did was we kicked it out because the show's actually pretty decent. My point is to
Before he
say that Jujutsu Furry is pretty decent. And so the only people that can judge
I
this
still,
show
I still think that argument is solid. I still think that.
but like the only people who watch the show, they can tell you the quality of the show is you and me, and you yourself admitted.
But you have
and
also
said-
described it to them, and they are
Nah,
agreeing from
but, like,
what you just. They are
Stefan-
disagreeing with you from
Stefan-
your
Your own
description.
description. Yeah.
Listen, but like
That's
you
really what
know-
it comes down to.
Listen,
It's like if it was Stefan describing it and we're like, oh yeah,
No, but
it's
you
not
know
good.
Stefan-
but
Stefan
it's
just-
you describing it.
Like
it's
you're
bad.
you're not doing a good job.
My point-
convincing.
like I don't
that it's not
listen.
mid.
The reason why it's close to top 3 is most mid, but I don't think it's the number 1 mid, especially since both of y'all haven't seen it. And in my opinion, me and Stefan have both conflicting opinions. So clearly, one of us don't view this as most mid, and the only one that really
Yeah,
thinks
you.
about this,
The most vocal one.
yes, me. And Stefan does, but you two haven't seen the show. But just by that alone, should not make this most mid.
The concept
doesn't
of
make
it, the way
any
you two have been
sense.
describing it, it sounds
Nah.
pretty mid to me.
No,
I
but
mean,
it's not. It's not.
Knockrin, before you have an aneurysm. Once again, I will say I do agree that Inspector should probably be number 1.
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
Same.
Tell me about
I have no
Inspector.
problem.
I actually don't know. I actually don't know much
I
about
can
Inspector.
barely. I mean, like the concept of the. What is
There's
the
like
concept of
curses
the
or
show?
something?
There's
I think?
there's like spirits or something that like people can't see, but like this one girl. Because what happened? I don't even remember.
She was,
think
like, kidnapped or
I think at
something.
one point she gets taken away by a spirit or something, and like they like something happens to her eye and her leg, but I don't remember what. And then
They,
like they find her on a
sacrificed it.
bench, and then from that point on, she's like the mediator between like the spirits and the people. And then the main character like at one point ate some like mermaid meat or something. And
That all sounds pretty damn unique, if I'm being honest. with
no,
you.
it is,
Compared to
but
Professor-
it's just really boring.
Yes, really boring.
It's just
and, like,
super boring.
I
Like-
remember.
like the world itself is interesting, and it's like a type of show that I definitely have.
Is there any potential there? Do you think
not really? Not really. See, the more you think about it,
like the thing that sticks out the most, I guess, about the show is the relationship between the main characters, like the girl and the guy. I think that's the part that probably stands out the most.
But it's so fucking
like
boring.
Every other plot point, I don't remember. Like I can't even tell you any of the things that they actually do in the show.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, me and Bafuri is very similar.
See, I can dictate to you most of what happened in Bafuri, but the only thing that I remember I can't. I can really.
There's so many episodes that are just like
there are 12 episodes, and I can tell you what happens in like the arcs in each of the season. I can tell you the arcs of what happened in that season, but I cannot tell you. The only thing I remember from Inspector is the beginning when they go to that stupid mountain to talk to some spirit, and there's like some river and like
that's
some
where
like.
I stopped watching.
That's all I can remember.
I don't even remember that.
Exactly.
I think there's some kind of thing where somebody like kills themselves.
All right.
Or, like,
so honest, Omar, what are you thinking? Omar, are you thinking Bafuri or Inspector?
Bafuri sounds most mid, but I mean, honestly, I was between Bafuri and Inspector. I've seen Inspector like probably up to episode 5. So I see exactly what Tim is saying.
That's about the same spot I got to.
I see exactly what Tim is saying, but to be honest, the way you and Knocker have both described Bafuri, it sounds like the concept of it, the way it's being described to me, it just sounds so mid. I actually want to watch it and then prove to Knocker that, you know,
I mean, I might watch it. Honestly, I literally have this first episode pulled up right here.
Yeah,
I'm not watching it right now.
I have it pulled up. You're really gonna try to prove it wrong? Go ahead.
Like, it's very close for me, to be honest, but I would have to say Bafuri.
You'll probably watch it.
I mean, I think my vote.
I will watch Inspector.
I think my vote. I mean, my vote is still going to go towards Inspector just because of the conflicting ideas going on between Stefan and Knockman over Bofuri. But it seems like the consensus for Inspector is that it's mid. Yes. That's the only reason why my vote would go Inspector. But I mean, you know,
literally all of us.
I could go either way, honestly.
Stefan, all of us have watched the show, and 2 of us in Inspector decide to just give up on how boring and how mid it is.
That is true.
So
I mean, honestly, I would have given up on Bafuri.
I wouldn't say boring.
I only watched it because
mid.
You kept overhyping it.
I mean,
I was like, maybe something will happen,
it's
and nothing ever happened.
It's forgettable and boring.
But
I would have under normal.
It doesn't have to be like boring. Like that doesn't mean most boring show to be most mid is what I'm saying.
Honestly, that's basically what this category
that
is.
Takes away. Yeah, that takes away.
It kind of is.
Yeah. If you take away boring, that means that Bafuri shouldn't be on this list because Stefan's main point of Bafuri is that it's boring.
It is definitely the most boring show on this list.
It's not. It's not. Like, I don't know. The short, whatever.
It sounds like we're at an impasse. I think Tim and Omar are going to have to decide on this one.
I'm very.
Well, I already said I'd vote for Inspector.
You're going Inspector?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going?
I'd vote for Bafuri.
Oh my god,
that's not great.
Yeah, that's not great.
Oh my god.
I mean, okay, I'll flip my vote to Bafuri just.
No, god damn it!
Just so we can end it.
Damn it!
Just so we can end it.
We'll make a side note whether or not we can confirm on this vote, maybe in our next podcast.
It's gonna be with an yeah, it's gonna be with an asterisk next to it, I guess. Well, not really though. We lock it in. There's no question.
Yeah, we lock it in.
This is it. We'll come back next year and we'll be like, I wonder if we fucked up anywhere.
Well, once again, Knocker, just remember, I do think it should be Inspector, but you know,
it's very close for me. It's very close for me.
It's very close, and then you said
Knocker. I'm so happy I'm happy this is here just because of how you're the only reason I watch this crusty show. And it is so.
Stop it!
I am glad it won.
Do you know?
I didn't know I had a winner coming in here, but I am so glad.
The reason why Stefan's mad is because, for one, when he watched this, he watched Isekai 2, he watched ID Invaded, and he watched Bafuri. In all 3 shows,
honestly, you had me on a string of terrible anime there.
And then he also watched what was it? The Plunderer 2. We all watched these shows.
I watched that one on my own. No, that's not most mid. That's not most mid.
That was trash.
Yeah, that was trash. So
it wasn't mid, it was trash.
These were all the shows that we were kind of like left.
Plunderer didn't belong here.
Plunderer should have been on this list.
Yeah, it's just bad. No, if it's just bad, then it should be on here.
Almost offensively bad.
Yeah. So like, we watched this like.
So I think we have our winner.
Episode 1.
Yeah. That's where I dropped it.
Yeah, me too.
So your most mid anime of
my
2020 is Bufuri. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. You almost want to fall asleep just reading the title.
No, Stefan.
Yeah, but that's
Also-
that's with like every light novel though.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything that's based on a light novel.
Also pretty mid. We have Inspector and Uzaki-chan wants to hang out.
I'm in my
I
feelings.
feel good about this list.
I don't feel good about this list.
I will
feel
go
bad
and watch
about this
before
list.
at least one episode just to give you my wholehearted opinion.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You
I will give way if I was wrong, but I don't know.
Well, thank you for tuning in with us onto this most boring of categories, I'm sure.
Hopefully the podcast wasn't boring.
Hopefully, no, yes. The shows are boring, but
Yes.
we of course make it entertaining.
Yes, I would hope so.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, all of that. And any final words?
I hate this podcast and I want to.
Sounds good to
I'm
me.
I'm content as
Too many
usual.
categories, but I get
Content.
disrespected today, dog. I cannot do this. I'm in pain.
Well, thank you for watching. Look forward to next time where we go over the most disappointing anime of 2020. Now we're getting into the meat.
How we gonna fight? We gonna fight.
Ooh.
Oh.
But again, thank you for watching. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.